You ever get tired of hearing head coach of the national champions? I know it's what you've been working ever since you've been in college basketball for.
Well, it's the one thing I want to tell you now. There's been 5 coaches at Kentucky. So kind of a little bit to do with Kentucky, okay?
Sure.
I mean, it wasn't just we had a heck of a run with a good group of players. But, you know, I'd like to tell you a year ago with Brandon and Josh, we were that close to doing it. And the year before had a really talented team and just picked a game to go 0 for 20. So we've been up at bat, and I'm proud of these kids. But I'll tell you, it's, again, no other program, I don't believe, has had 2 from the same program, let alone 5. So it says a lot about Kentucky.
Absolutely. What was the run like for you? I mean, being around some of those guys. I mean, I was talking. Nick just said before you walked in, really had no issues with his team this year. A lot of leadership. Very similar for you. You had Darius Miller, the senior, but so many young guys. Did that surprise you? That the ship sailed as smoothly as it appeared
Well, a
to?
couple things. When you have a senior in Darius Miller who started for 2 years and accepts coming off the bench and will be drafted and hopefully in all likelihood in the first round, when you have 2 sophomores who come back and don't say, it's my team, it's me, they're not afraid to step back a little bit for freshmen, for Michael and Anthony and even a Kyle Wilshire or Marcus. All of those guys gave us something, and then they came every day to get better. We tried to stay in the moment. We didn't make it about winning national titles. As a matter of fact, when we got in the NCAA tournament, we talked about, let's play basketball games. Let's not worry about this tournament. We've played well all year. Let's just play our next game. I would tell you, academically, was like a 3.2 grade point average. 10 players finished above a 3.0. 10. You had all of them finishing the term, like Marcus Teague had 5 classes. Anthony and Michael had 4 classes. So they didn't just finish the minimum amount. They finished the term. Those 3 freshmen had over a 3.0 in all their courses. So it was not just off the court. They did all the right. It was in the classroom. They did the right things. And on that basketball court, we were talented. There's no taking that away. But we became the best team with all those young guys because they came together and they had shared sacrifice.
What did it mean for you that there have been so many detractors out there?
Who? Me personally?
Not for you. Stop it. About the whole one and done thing. But for those guys,
I've had my share too now.
But for those guys to do in the classroom what they did, and now to have them parading across as first-round draft picks.
Well, how about Darius Miller walks and gets his degree, and so does Eloy.
Right.
So you're doing both. You're doing it. But here's what I would say: I don't like the one and done rule. I don't think it helps anything. It doesn't help the NBA. It doesn't help college. It doesn't help the kids. Certainly doesn't help programs. But it's a rule. Now, what was thrown out the door is you can't win with young guys. You cannot let kids leave early. You must convince them, even if it's right for them to leave, you must convince them to stay if you want to win. And then, well, they don't go to school the second term. That's not true. That's people just speaking. These young people, again, a 3.2 in the second term, 10 players over a 3.0 average on a team that was on the road in the NCAA tournament, having to take tutors and having to take all the stuff with us to make sure these guys did it. So I think what it does now, it changes how we're all thinking here.